Hey, what's up YouTube? How you doing? It's your boy Pope Cerebus, and this here is going to be the haul for July 25. Well, first off, uh, let's hear it for a ton of black covers this week. Let's start off with the independent side. Let's go here with Garth Ennis and Goran Suzuka on Walk Through Hell. This book, Ennis is a great writer, so he's going to give you a lot of exposition. So, a lot of two characters talking, and it's a lot of what this is. This reminds me kind of like a procedural, or like a CSI episode or something like that. But nonetheless, the art inside is very good. Pestilence, Story of Satan, number 3. Yeah, had to get that. Hillbilly, Eric Powell. Just great. The interiors are good, and it's always a really interesting cast of ugly characters that he has in this book. Everything in here is kind of intermingled, so there are some back issues and whatnot. I got here the Dark Crystal number 1. I mean, the interiors are beautiful, so I just thought, what the heck, a little like splurge purchase. Punk's Not Dead. I'm not sure about that, but issue 6 is saying otherwise. So, and a good cover here, nice black cover. Oh, speaking of black covers, good gravy. Bone Parish. Wow, really happy about this series. Who controls the ash in the new drug trade here, with drug made out of the ashes of dead people. So, okay, and it takes place in New Orleans. Cullen Bunn, Boom Studios. Look at this Cook cover. Comic Vantage just went and showed Blackwood the other cover, and went and kind of detailed the inside of this book, and man, looked really good. But I really like this cover. He pointed out the two-headed monkey, and I thought, yeah, I guess that is a draw, but I picked this one up. Speaking of picking up, I did manage to find the other, I don't know, it's the A cover to Analog number 4, so I picked that up. Sticking with Descender until it enders. Ender's Game. See, you get it? That was an Ender's Game reference. So I picked this cover up, although I did really like the other cover as well. It's issue 32, I think. And I did manage to pick up the last issue of Dry County, so pretty happy about that. Gasolina, kind of like that. The series has been kind of going on. I really like the art, and the story's been pretty good. Also was able to pick up the last week missing Gravediggers number 8. Gravediggers Union is a really good story. I was reminded by someone that Lazarus is still eking out, and so there you go. Saga 51, I think. It's a great cover, great title. Shanghai Red, number Deuce. I love this cover. Britannia. Guy standing on some skulls. Just a really cool book. The Deep Roots, the Rodriguez cover. Really like that. Kind of happy to stick with that book from Vault. Also Vault, Songs of the Dead. Songs for the Dead. This is the last issue. I kind of enjoyed that book. Alright, now these are some back issue buys. When these books came out, they were $4.95, $5 each. I did manage to grab these at half cover, so it's $2.25, and that basically means that just under regular comic price. These are square bound, And if no one's ever heard of this before, this is a series from Hell. It was by Alan Moore and Eddie Campbell. And it was an exhaustively researched history and account of Jack the Ripper. If you were familiar, they made a movie out of it, From Hell. And I never actually had this series. Now, I still don't have the whole series, although I did run across every single issue. I only bought the near mint ones, probably about half this run. So there's number 1, number 2, From Hell, number 3, and then this one's number 7, and number 10. I was happy that black cover was nice. And then the epilogue, Dance of the Gold Chasers. So I was happy to find them. I'll fill in the other issues eventually soon, but that was kind of cool. That leads me right into this cover, the Sean Phillips Hellblazer B cover. Now, I will say that I don't collect Constantine. He's my favorite character. He's one of my favorite characters. But I've been kind of a little torqued at what his book has been doing, or what they've kind of put him through. But this perfectly illustrates what I think John Constantine is all about. Drinking, smoking, smirking. Just a great character. I'm hoping for some good appearances in the Justice League Dark, which is coming out. So there you go. I had to show that one first. Rest of the DC, I did okay. I think I did about 5 DC books this time. Aquaman, that was great A cover, and also the Middleton B cover. Love this cover here of Detective that Mark Brooks has been doing, so I'm definitely going to stay up on that. The bats and the bat cover, that was really cool. I really did I like the A cover on this one too, actually. I almost think I even might like it better than this Bettina B cover, but I didn't buy it, so there we go. Speaking of other covers, I really did like cover whatever, A, I think it was cover A, of Doomsday Clock, but I don't know, I came away with this one, so I don't have it in me right now to be buying both covers. So something that's really cool I wanted to point out. This was something fun that was given out. It's basically like a whole breakdown sketch book of maybe Amazing Spider-Man #1. Managed to get 2 copies of that. Went back and got Avengers #5. I saw some people, I think the Chinist did a good review on this one, and I've seen other people talk about Avengers is pretty high octane, so I don't know, I kind of dug that. I also realized that while I had issues 2 and 3 of Immortal, I did not have the first issue, so I circled back and picked up that Ross #1. I also bought a second copy here of Old Man 43 with the Bullseye cover, and this C cover, Perez of Thanos in Infinity War Prime #1. This actually starts my Marvel run, and mini rant. I mean, I'm finding any excuse I can to not buy any Marvel books. Infinity Wars, Deodato, and all that was enough for me to do that. Also, Marvel 2-in-1, I've been very much enjoying. I'm not even sure I'm excited about the possibility of the FF coming back, because I know they're not going to do it right, and it's just going to tank, and I'm going to be upset. But I love Fantastic Four, and I've been loving 2-in-1, so I'm buying that. For the life of me, I'm not entirely sure why I've been buying Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. I heard something from one of the comic videos I watched today. It was called Hate Purchasing. I guess it's like really not wanting a book, but buying it anyway for some reason. So there's your hate purchase of the day. I'm not necessarily fascinated by the fact that Multiple Man is being taken in the direction, given that this is Rosenberg doing the book. But I was hoping for something more interesting. But once again, I don't know. I kind of like the Multiple Man idea, but if it's a miniseries, I'd probably stick with it. But okay, as you saw, I do collect Old Man Logan, at least until they kill him off or reboot or all of the above. And then probably the book that I look forward to the most is Punisher. Always been up top of my favorite characters as well. Punisher 228, another great cover. And perhaps the book of the moment that everyone's been on, and that is the Venom #4. It took 3 people to do this cover, apparently. It wasn't just Stegman. But I did manage to find one that did not have any blemishes, ticks, or problems. So right on. Now, this last bit of books. This here actually went with those From Hells. It's not very inexpensive book, but I don't think I had this cover. I had the 3 other copies of Shadow Masters, but this is issue 2 of the Shadow Masters and a killer cover, and so that's why I picked that up to complete my set. And now I realized why I didn't have issue 2, because that cover is awesome. Now, I could tell the whole story about this individual that I met and just happened to come up on I don't know, a few thousand comics, but I hope to do some future dealings with this individual. But this is going to give you an idea where we're at. I met with this guy, and I was able to look through just a bunch of raw 20-cent Marvels. He would price them out, and he would give me a price, and for the most part, I would say it wasn't surprising. He was pricing these books, which arguably are in very, very good shape. High gloss, not a lot of crimps or crinkles or problems. He was pricing these out at 6.0 price. So he was giving me these. God, I gotta move that. That glare is just horrendous. Okay. So he was pricing these out at $6. I think I talked him down to 5, and I ended up getting 9 issues that were pretty much just run filler for my Thor run, which I'm doing quite well with right now. But here you have 208, 209, you know, 232, black cover, no cramps, no ticks, no creases, corners are sharp. 241, 242, 244. I did notice later that the 244 did in the corner of this one had a crimp, but I didn't notice that until after I got it home. 266, which is just a great cover. 266, 267. I mean, forget about it. The last one here, 268. And like I say, these were run fillers, but to be able to buy fresh new off the newsstand 20 and 35-cent marbles, well, that's pretty lucky. And then finally, this was the last book that I picked up from him, a book that I've been wanting for a long time. I just did not want to pay the 100, 120, 130 for a near mint copy. But Amazing Adventure 17, Origin of the Beast, and all those books together, totals was 10 books, and it basically broke down to $80. So $8 a book, or $5 a Thor, and 35 I think for the Amazing Adventure. So all in all, pretty cool. This guy, he also had he had 2 long boxes, and he had a Rubbermaid sized tub just full of comics, not bagged, not boarded, but all this and older. Weird War Tales and all kinds of stuff. And you know, he was doing okay. He was average eBay pricing them, but he was pricing them around the 6.0 to 7.0 mark. So I was cool with that. Anyway, that was just an interesting midweek haul. I am, from this same guy, I'm going to pick up an Iron Fist 15 9.6 white page CGC. So that's coming, and that'll sit right next to my CGC number 14 9.6 white pager. So hopefully in the near future I will be able to show that. In the meantime, y'all, all right, another week in the books, man. Peace out to everyone. I can totally give shout outs right now to Gomez, Rigor Mortis, Airborne Sapper, Contender, Martian Comic Hunter, only because I'm trying to ingratiate, get you guys to meet up. Pope G, of course, and JP with All About Comics and Cold Ones. It's always fun. They had on a new YouTuber I subbed, Cat Ren. Thank you. Also Reggie, dropping the big boy books, getting my my jealousy meter in overdrive with those 2 FF48s that I've seen him show recently. Reggie, good luck on the room setup. I know it's gonna look awesome, man. I mean, Joker and Silver Dave and oh man, my new Dreamcast. Is that what the name? Dreamcast 720? Check that out, guys, for your weekly Tuesday night before the comic day. It's awesome. He goes through all of the books and all the covers, split by DC, Marvel, Image, and all other independents. So big shout out to them. Comics Miss Explained has been getting a lot of shouts. I figured I'd shout him out because he's got a great channel. Dig that dude. He collects records too, so rock on with that. Anyway, man, this could go on and on, but y'all know who you are, and I appreciate it. And Pope C is out. See ya.